Hello everybody. As you may know, I've been searching for a very long time for the perfect vegan mince pie. But I've been searching in all the wrong places, such as supermarkets where they offer this kind of thing. This is the Tesco plant menu. It's £2 compared to the £1.50 of the non-vegan version. For a start, that's wrong. But the actual flavour is alright, average, but the pastry itself is like a soft, kind of almost doughy, kind of fluffy nonsense, and the pastry's crap. It's not as bad as the gluten-free option, so I've not even bothered trying the gluten-free ones this year. But I tried this, and I just couldn't do a video of it, so I'm not trying those here. But I'm going to tell you what the best vegan mince pie is. So it's not going to be Tesco's. I've looked at other supermarkets. Apparently Co-op are doing some good ones, but I've not tested those yet because I got frustrated with Co-op and the way it's laid out and had a bit of a, not a meltdown, you don't say that. But what is the best vegan mince pie then, if you can't really go to the supermarkets because it's all this kind of mucky nonsense, or even worse than this, gluten-free? You know what I'm going to say, because I'm going to say exactly what I said last year. The best vegan mince pie is by quite a country mile, Greggs. So you can get two. There's a special deal if you buy two. So look at this. For the first time ever, I always bought one, but I thought, why bother? They've not changed the recipe. It's exactly the same as last year, and it's an amazing mince pie. So I'll do a little bit of a test of them. So we open them up. We've got the ingredients and all that business, so it's vegan. Now, the thing I like about this mince pie is the morals of it, because it's quite funny, because this is the only mince pie that Greggs do, and yet it's a vegan one, because Greggs have this foresight and the intelligence to realise they just need to not put milk powder in, and they can brand it as vegan, and it's a win for them, and it winds up certain people as well. So here is the pie itself. Now, the main criticism with this pie is the box itself, which they've never changed for production reasons, I suppose. They've got all the tooling set up. It cost them a big investment to change that. And it does look good, except for where the pies smash each other up. So just make sure you get a box of safe pies. So look at the bottom of this one. I'll show you it. I'll show you. It's got a stickiness to it because it's been bashed a little bit. But generally, they're all right. You know, you're not getting dropped pies on the whole, because you can always get a batch which are good and let the other suckers get the drop pie. So I'll do a pie test. I bought these yesterday, so obviously I like them, they're nice. It's the best pie. It's got this powdery stuff on the top which I didn't like. If you're eating it in a car, it gets in everywhere and you can't bat it out of your upholstery. Nice. Now, yeah, the pastry, I don't know if you can see it, it's got the right amount of crispness, but it's also got a bit of softness within the middle of it as well, which gives it a delightful kind of texture. And the filling, it's quite a little bit sharp at times, but not overly sharp, because it's the sweetness that really comes through in this mince pie. And that is also one of the criticisms for people who do not like sweet mince pies. This is not the mince pie for you, but for me, it's the perfect mince pie, the ideal. I mean, it's a 5 out of 5 experience. But now it's time for the rant bit, isn't it? So, if you're vegan, and conceptually you can go to Greggs, because this is the irony, the funny part, is that Greggs traditionally make the baked goods, and I mean, we're talking probably only, call it 15 years ago, maybe that's a long time, before they became so popular, they made some terrible food, just generally. They used to make, well, it's more than 15 years actually, because it was a mince, what was it called? It was a Cornish pasty, but it was like, first off it was puff pastry, and it was kind of just mince meat inside, and just brown looking, and it was the worst Cornish pasty I've ever had. But I assume they don't make that anymore, but I've not seen it on the menu, anything that looks like it. But they do have the puff pastry stuff, but they fill it with nice things. Like there's a vegan. Actually, I've not checked it out if it's there this year yet, but there was a vegan festive one bake, which is like a puff pastry, and it's got a really nice kind of savoury flavour stuffing kind of in the middle. It's just a delight. It's a dream. You've also got the sausage roll, the favourite, and I think it's funny because what Greggs have realised is it really pisses people off when they make a vegan sausage roll and when they boast about the vegan goods, which I like. It's normalising the word vegan. But some people hate it, and it's certainly worked well for the marketing regime. And this mince pie continues that. And as long as some vegans will say that they never eat in places that serve any meat, and I'm obviously not one of them, so I'm not a proper vegan. I don't wear leather goods either, but the thing is, if you don't support people, if you don't support their choice to put vegan things on the menu, then how are you going to normalise veganism? As in, how is it going to become more widespread? How are you going to stop people eating meat any other way? You need to bridge that gap, and that's what Greggs are doing really well, really thoughtfully. Even though I'm not naive, it's a way of making money for them. But maybe somebody at Greggs is passionate about it because they do make good food. And to me, the vegan sausage roll tastes exactly like the original. I don't know what that. My taste has completely changed. So I'm not the one to go to see if it does taste. But to me, it tastes exactly like that. You got a problem with that? Drop it in the comments. So yes, back to the mince pies. If you've got any vegan mince pies that you think are viable, I've tried some at the health food shop last year, and I've not bothered this year because Greggs was so good, but I will probably try them and see what they're like, but I doubt I'll find any changes to this. And you can go, Greggs are everywhere, that's the thing, they're ubiquitous all over the world. If you're going to get a mince pie, I wouldn't even say, the thing is price, I didn't talk about price, this is the big thing. Now, vegan mince pies, plant menu mince pies in Tesco, £2. Anywhere else it's probably in the order of £2. Those are £2.15 for one box, but there's a deal where if you get two, I'm sure it was £3.65, but I googled it, couldn't find that price, but it's cheaper than £2 per box basically, if you get two, and that makes it cheaper than Tesco's. It makes it competitive almost, well, it is competitive with standard mince pies, because the standard mince pie is crap really, isn't it? It's alright, but this is better. This is the choice. This is what you want to go for. If you want the premium mince pie, if you want to impress vegans, unless it's a vegan that hates Greggs, this is the one to go for. If you just want people who enjoy mince pies, just buy the Greggs one. It's better than the alternate. So yeah, that's my mince pie roundup of all the mince pies that I've managed to taste. Not many. Only two types so far, but I know what the others are like. It's pointless, absolutely. Oh yeah, don't forget, a few years ago, all the supermarkets, I assume they go to the same supplier, all the supermarkets did vegan mince pies, and they weren't as good as this. They were the standard mince pie, was a vegan mince pie, but I now know that is not the way. They're not that good anyway, especially when you can get them from Greggs, far better, superior product. And you get 6 just the same, but I think they might be slightly bigger, so it's better value. Just go to Greggs even if you're not a vegan. It's a better mince pie. Anyway, I've talked enough about Greggs and that. I'm not sponsored by Greggs. If Greggs wants to sponsor me, then drop a comment or whatever, and I'd be happy. But I will be rating things honestly, and I will have to say that I'm sponsored by them, which will never actually happen because I'm not popular enough. But have a most excellent Christmas and all that business, if that's what this is all about. And thank you very much for watching.